Hello and welcome. This is Fo at BossVG.com coming at you with another review, this time on what you would call a big box game, Dragon Age 2. The reason that I'm reviewing Dragon Age 2 is because it had a slew of mixed reviews, from being like this great continuation to being this complete trash sequel. So keep in mind, I was very pessimistic when trying out Dragon Age 2 for the first time. All the neighing took out all the fun for me. So I was already looking at this game at a high nose, So what I would like to talk about just first of all is my impressions with the gameplay. It's a shit ton faster in Dragon Age Origins, and it feels a lot easier to manage. It's not half as hard as managing the life and all the different classes and everything as the first game. The pause feature actually more works cohesively for boss fights that have certain mechanics, such as stay out of the fire or run away from the glowing spot. Which is the next thing I wanted to talk about. Is the boss fights are awesome. Every single boss fight is amazing, and I'm not going to go into spoiling it, but it really excites me for seeing what we're going to see in the MMO that they're releasing later on this year. The skills in the game are very diverse compared to the first one. There's the same basic classes, warrior, mage, and rogue, and they have 3 specialization trees like they did in the first one. But in the first one, you had to learn those from companions. In this one, you simply just invest the specialization points after you get a certain amount of levels. So it's like, I think like you get one at 14 and 6 or like 17 or something like that, and you keep on getting more specialization points to invest within these different trees that will give you crazy stats or these different kind of classes. Now the NPCs have their own specific trees, so they don't have anything like what you have. They have their own things that cater back to their own story. So if you're someone who's a slave and is bent on that, then you have a whole bunch of abilities that reflect their kind of backstory and stuff like that. And next thing is, I guess, would be the story. The story, I personally loved it and hated it at the same time. The hero was Hawk, was awesome, but it was weird to feel like you were chasing nobility and then you were thrown into a position where you were going to save the world. It really comes down to, the main storyline, Templars or mages. The classic black and white, no gray situations. Of course, there's gray situations. This is BioWare that we're speaking of. But to not further risk any kind of spoils, I'm not going to go any farther into the story than that. All in all, this is a great game. I loved it. I played every inch of it, and I tried to do everything in it I possibly can, just like Mass Effect. If you're a BioWare fan, this is definitely something you want. Once again, this is Fo at BossVG. Thank you for watching my review. Until next time.